Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show. Turn up your mind.
We have to have strong borders, but we have some bad hombres here, and we're going to get them out.
The Russian government has engaged in espionage. This has come from the highest levels of the Russian government, clearly from Putin himself.
I don't know Putin. He said nice things about me. If we got along well, that would be good.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet. She doesn't like Putin because Putin has outsmarted her at every step of the way. Excuse me. She's been proven to be a liar on so many different ways. This is just another lie. Excuse me. My turn.
9 women have come forward and said that you either groped them or kissed them without their consent.
I would say the only way, because those stories are all totally false. I have to say that. And I didn't even apologize to my wife, who's sitting right here, because I didn't do anything. I didn't know any of these women. I didn't see these women. These women, I think they want either fame or her campaign did it.
He held a number of big rallies where he said that he could not possibly have done those things to those women because they were not attractive enough for
I did not
them
say
to be
that.
assaulted.
I did not say that.
In fact, he went on to say...
But did not say that.
It's her 2 minutes.
Donald thinks belittling women makes him bigger. He goes after their dignity, their self-worth, and I don't think there is a woman anywhere who doesn't know what that feels like.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do. Nobody. Such a nasty woman.
Trust fund.
Do you make the same commitment that you will absolutely, sir, that you will absolutely accept the result of this election?
I will look at it at the time. I'm not looking at anything now. I'll look at it at the time. She should not be allowed to run. And just in that respect, I say it's rigged.
Well,
okay?
Chris, let me respond to that because that's horrifying. There was even a time when he didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged against
Should have gotten it.
This is how Donald thinks. And it's funny, but it's also really troubling. He
Secretary,
says
we would have gained
now,
if they did it by
Secretary,
surprise.
please let
I
Mr.
think
Trump speak.
He's unfit,
Go ahead.
and he proves it every time
You
he
are the
talks.
one that's unfit.
As the final question and the final debate to tell the American people why they should elect you to be the next president.
I have made the cause of children and families really my life's work. That's what my mission will be in the presidency. I hope you will give me a chance to serve as your president.
We are going to make America strong again, and we are going to make America great again, and it has to start now. We cannot take 4 more years of Barack Obama, and that's what you get when you get her.
Game, set, match. Done. We're done here. All right, everybody, have a great life. Holy crap, man. Congratulations to the GOP for actually finding a candidate who's worse than their party. I didn't think it could be done. Did you? I would not have thought that possible. The GOP is virulent enough. The GOP is, people who will not confirm Supreme Court justices when you have a 4-4 Supreme Court ahead of an election. You know, we got a Republican Party that is so ineffective, who is lazy, who works, 7 days a year now. I think we're down to. We have a GOP who filibusters, read green eggs and ham rather than discuss or debate or have hearings about anything meaningful to this country. You know, they won't raise the minimum wage. They won't help people get out of poverty. They wouldn't do a second stimulus package, didn't lift a finger for, making healthcare, the plan work. They put all these bombs. So I didn't really think that they could find anybody worse, but they can, and they did. Oh, must be so proud Mike Lee of Utah, you must be so proud to go home and tell people you're part of this. Oh, my God. This was insane. What a night. Bad hombres and nasty women. Sounds like a ZZ Top song, which I couldn't play because they won't let me. It's me. And, did you see what Hillary wore? She wore white like a surgeon, man, so she could slice and dice. It was beautiful. I loved it. By the way, it's Ralph Lauren. Just saying. I can't get dressed myself, but I sure can dress other people. She looked really good. That's a good look. See, better than the blankets. Man, she's wearing blankies. I don't know what that is, and I'm not a fan of the traffic cone thing for the pear-shaped woman. It just makes you look at the pear part instead. And she's, she looked great last night. But I swear to God, at the end of the debate, you know what her biggest challenge was? Not that she had to debate a 4-year-old, which is what she had to do last night, that's what we said yesterday. I go, I cannot believe she has to debate this schmuck. I can't believe that this is what's actually passing for a presidential nominee, that she has to, as a serious person with more policy papers. Have you seen her policy papers? She has put out more policy position papers than any other candidate that's ever run for president. On HillaryClinton.com. She truly has. And so this woman who thinks about issues, you might not agree with her conclusions about what to do, but her policy papers show an enormous amount of thought and understanding regarding the issues that face the American people. And that's just there. It's fact checkable. It's provable. It's there on HillaryClinton.com. And he is a man who hasn't thought about anything, including the fact that 41 million jobs in America are connected to trade. Like it or not, 41 million jobs in America are connected to trade. And Donald Trump wants to throw out NAFTA. He'll scrap it if he can't get the deal he wants. It is so. And then, of course, the argument with Putin. Okay, the whole thing with the puppet. You're the puppet. No, I'm the puppet. You're a nasty one. I just, that to me, but the coup d'etat, the actual, listen, if you're wondering, who would defeat Donald Trump? Why no one could figure it out in the media? Because the answer is Donald Trump. It was so obvious. It was right there. They couldn't figure. But last night when they asked him if he would respect the results of the election,
the peaceful transition of power, and that no matter how hard fought a campaign is, that at the end of the campaign, that the loser concedes to the winner, not saying that you're necessarily going to be the loser or the winner, but that the loser concedes to the winner and that the country comes together in part for the good of the country. Are you saying you're not prepared now to commit to that principle?
What I'm saying is that I will tell you at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
Game, set, match. Done. Bye-bye. So long. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Happy implosion. Happy emotional breakdown. Happy that. No, and I tweeted last night, you know what, Donald Trump is running for the presidency, but the presidency of the Confederacy. It was perfectly obvious that this man wants to split the United States right down the ass crack, and that does present a vertical thing. And really what I was trying to, get out there was a horizontal image. The ass crack is vertical, right? But he's splitting north and south is what he's doing. You watch this electoral map, people. You watch this. He's going to get Mississippi. He's going to get Alabama. And they're going to get exactly, what they deserve. Absolutely nothing, because they continue to vote against their own best interest, and they're going to throw this election away too. But he wants the anger in that region to be so virulent that they actually engage in some insurrection. I don't know what else to say, because Donald Trump does promote violence. Donald Trump obviously wanted to pay legal bills for an old man who sucker punched a African American at a Trump rally, and this is what opened the floodgates to all the violence. Now I know Veritas. I can't believe that dude who was totally disproven, debunked, and demoralized over the Acorn videos. Remember the Acorn videos, right? That this guy is O'Keefe and his girlfriend, right? With the edited Planned Parenthood videos. Well, these are edited too. Although Mr. Creamer, who was featured in the video, who was saying that they should wear Planned Parenthood T-shirts to Trump rallies because this would agitate them beyond belief, and that they should wear Trump is a Nazi T-shirts. He's gone. Okay, he removed himself from the contractor list for the DNC, and it is disgusting that the DNC contracts. But listen, whatever. That doesn't even remotely meet the bar of the kind of crap Donald Trump has asked or told his people. You may have Second Amendment remedies. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. So, Hillary baited Donald Trump last night, and he totally fell for it, even though. The whole puppet exchange was hysterical, wasn't it? That was like the most amazing thing.
I don't know, Putin. He said nice things about me. If we got along well, that would be good. If Russia and the United States got along well and went after ISIS, that would be good. He has no respect for her. He has no respect for our president. And I'll tell you what, we're in very serious trouble because we have a country with tremendous numbers of nuclear warheads, 1,800, by the way, where they expanded and we didn't. 1,800 nuclear warheads. And she's playing chicken. Look, Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit that the Russians have engaged in cyber attacks against the United States of America, that you encouraged espionage against our people, that you are willing to spout the Putin line, sign up for his wish list, break up NATO, do whatever he wants to do, and that you continue to get help from him because he has a very clear favorite in this race.
Oh, she nailed. And no puppet, no puppet. You're the puppet. You're the puppet. What is she? That's what I mean. She's debating a 4-year-old. She's debating a 5-year-old who didn't get the cookie. I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever bounces off of me, it says sticks to you. I want the cookie. I'm going to take all my toys and go home. I don't want to play with you anymore. I don't want to play. You're the puppet. You're the puppet. And I could see her pulling the strings as he's saying, you're the puppet. No, she was the puppet master. She had him just baiting and exploding just exactly. You could see her pulling his strings. It was amazing. And of course, he has asked Russia to hack.
But it would be interesting to see. I will tell you this. Russia, if you're listening.
Oh, my God.
I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press.
Russia, go ahead and hack the nominee, the Democratic nominee for the presidency. Go ahead and hack our country. Hack into our political matters, our political systems, our Democratic National Committee. Go ahead and hack. You'll be rewarded. And then, of course, the whole flip on Putin. He knew Putin. He couldn't have been nicer.
I never met Putin. I don't know who Putin is. He said one nice thing about me.
I do have a relationship, and I can tell you that he's very interested in what we're doing here today. I spoke indirectly and directly with President Putin, who could not have been nicer. And I got to know him very well because we were both on 60 Minutes.
I don't know Putin.
What is that? The man is demonstrably, provably, easily a liar. Okay. And then he was so busy calling her a liar. It's such projection on his part. It's just an emotion. But the line that really threw is nobody respects women more than I do. At this point in the debate, Hillary's biggest challenge was not to do the happy dance. Okay. I saw her writing stuff. I saw her and I know what she was writing is, I'm the next president of the United States. There is no question. She had, at the very end, Howard and I were looking at each other going, is she going to laugh? Is she going to laugh? And she smiled like that. But she kept herself together because honestly, if that were me, I would have been, woo! I'm the next president of the United States.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh, dear, sweet baby Jesus. Thank you, Mr. Man. Oh, and then the nasty woman remark. That just set Twitter ablaze, didn't it? With the Janet Jackson references and all that. And again, I can't play music, but I can show you this. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe can we show this? I don't know. I don't know if we're allowed. I'll take a chance. Okay, I'm hoping that I can show you this. It's awesome. Can you see that? That's a beauty. Mrs. Clinton, if you're nasty, is what it is. All right. Susan in Marina Del Rey.
Oh, my gosh. I've been enjoying your show so much that it's taking away my anger, and I don't want it to take away my anger.
No, I know. But we have to. We have to because the other side is going to be so completely angry. We have to disarm them with some humor, I think.
Well, here's the thing I wanted to vent about. The words that the Republicans used. Oh, they're so shocked. They're so shocked.
Yeah.
But this long-standing tradition of the peaceful transition of the... What about the long-standing tradition of supporting your president with his Supreme Court nominees? What about that? What about the long-standing tradition of
I don't know. I don't know that
consent?
there's a long-standing tradition of supporting your president's Supreme Court.
Consent.
Yeah, well, there's a long tradition of having hearings, and there's a long tradition of, voting. But we have a Republican Congress that won't vote. They won't do anything. They're like I said, they work maybe 10 minutes a week.
I know, but don't they see the hypocrisy of their outrage about this long-standing tradition? And the Congress is meant to advise and consent the president. Am I right about that?
Yes.
So what about that?
Yeah.
And I think we have to use their words to them. We have to show them that same outrage, repeat the words they used, their same outrage, and say, you haven't even done anything about Merrick Garland. What about the long-standing tradition of advising and consenting the president on the Supreme Court? I mean, let's use their language to shame them.
Yeah, I'm a fan of shaming and shunning.
Well, then I think we have a lot of ammunition to shame them with their own words.
Well, where you can really shame them at the ballot box. And, I'm not just talking about people who know who they're going to vote for. I can't imagine that after everything that's occurred and the final debate that people are still undecided. I just don't know, what it's going to take for those small, group of people to make up their minds. But if last night didn't do it for you, I don't know what will.
I've never believed that there were undecided voters. I think there are.
No, there are. There are. There are.
I think they want attention.
No, there are undecided voters. There are people who can't discern the difference between legitimate journalism and blogging. There are people in this country that think if it was on TV, it must be true. There are people in this country who have only ever grown up with cable TV political opinion posing as news. And the internet now is littered with white supremacist, neo-Nazi, nativist, and in fact, Trump's campaign manager is the owner and the editor at large of Breitbart. So when they're reading that, they're reading the Trump campaign's spin.
I know.
Okay, and they don't know the difference. It's like, people don't walk through the desert and toward the mirage because and drink the sand because they're thirsty. They drink the sand because they don't know the difference.
You don't know the difference. I know. I love the American president.
Yeah,
too.
it's an amazing speech, truly.
Yeah. Well, if you need a laugh for today,
yeah,
there's a new meme going around, and it's Donald Trump book reports. Hilarious.
Donald Trump book reports?
Book reports. Because somebody said he sounded, when he was asked about foreign policy, he sounded like a kid in school who needed to write a book report but didn't read the book.
Oh.
So just taking a stab. Those grapes have a lot of rasp. I mean, it's stuff like that. It's hilarious. Lady Macbeth, a lot of blood coming out of her wherever. It's hilarious. I laughed so hard this morning, but then, of course, I was outraged again, so I had to call you. But
well, Trump did fail on a Shakespearean level last night. If you must know, that was just the puppet thing baited him. She kept baiting him about raising the cap on Social Security payments. The money that you pay in,
unless he could find a way to get around it.
And that's when he said, and he leaned in to make sure everybody heard, such a nasty woman. And was like, okay, if that weren't bad enough, he had just said he will not respect the results of an election. That was it. For me, that was it. Third debate, game, set, match. Done, done, done. We're all done here.
It's done. Stick a fork in him. He's done.
Yeah, it was. It was. Thanks for the call. Patrick in Mount Dora, Florida?
Yeah, Mount Dora. Hey, how are you, Randy?
Where is that?
It's like 30 miles outside of Orlando.
North or south?
I think it's like by Lake Mary towards Ocala. I moved down here from Brooklyn.
So you're out west. You're out west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. So I live with this. Yeah. I live with this loser who is.
Of course you do. You live in Mount Dora.
I know. He's a member of the NRA. So I come home and I get the mail today. He's not here yet. And there's a picture of America. He subscribes to American Rifleman. And there's a picture of Hillary Clinton. I'm like, this is like freaking me out because I'm scared something is really going to happen. Like that guy on your show the other day, that Bowman fellow, that was threatening to do whatever to Hillary. There's a picture of her on the cover of American Rifleman, and it says, if Hillary wins, she won't forget her campaign promises. And then they have all these little bullet points, bans semi-automatics, mandate universal background checks, and arrows pointing to different spots on her face.
Oh.
And it's like, I mean, I don't know what to, obviously I can't do anything, but I'm scared something's going to happen, and I don't know how we're going to handle these lunatics on the other side.
Well, listen, he just guaranteed he's going to lose. I got this funny feeling, that they are going to be completely beside themselves with anger, and they do believe the system's rigged. They do. He keeps on saying, it's so interesting. Donald Trump says these controversial, totally, wrong, factless things in order to get the media to cover him, right? This is why he says these outrageous things, just for the coverage. That's why he was able to spend so much less on his campaign than anybody who'd ever run before, because he gets free media coverage. He's got over $1 trillion worth of free because of the crap he says. And I'm sure he says it on purpose. But now he's just taken the AK-47 and he's pointed it at his own toe and shot it.
Right.
So what does he expect?
The rest of us too.
I know. He's
We're
scared.
We're going to feel the repercussions for this.
Well, I pray to God that it'll be like every other election where they get very, the Tea Party people, they get very angry. They say that there's going to be Second Amendment remedies. They say that they're, not going to follow anything that they deem unconstitutional. And then they just go back into their houses and they start prepping some more. And, the cost of guns goes through the roof.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of what happens is, they're all full of vim and vigor now when, Cartoon Boy is up there leading them. But as soon as they're leaderless, they flail around just like Donald Trump, trying to imitate a disabled person. They just flail. They don't know what to do with themselves. So they start buying canned peas and tuna and AK-47s. Yeah. He lost. It's done.
To speak to Randy, call now, you bastards. 561-270-3844.
Hello.
Randy Rhodes, Air Force.